we will move along to the first set of products. And that should be Pablo. Take it away.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. So, well, first of all, thank you all to be here in these presentations for Loom products. So, I will start with germicidal technology. Well, germicidal technology is were developed some months ago to retail customers. So after that, we just see that we have like an achievement in this technology. The customers really like this kind of purification product. So what is germicidal technology? This is a proprietary coating that we are used to apply in the surface of the product. What is this chemical that we use in this germicidal technology? It is titanium dioxide. Okay, so this kind of chemical we are used to have in our daily life. I mean, for example, you can see here in a slide that we also have these, for example, in the toothpaste, in the cosmetics, you know, so we are really used to get this kind of chemic in our daily life. So it is environmentally friendly. It is harmless to people, also for pets. You have no risk with using this kind of chemical. So that's the chemical that you have in this coating that is just spread in all the surface of any luminaire that has lens. You know, for example, you can see here in the right side that we have a panel that we are spreading the coating chemical. So it can be a panel, it could be a downlight, it could be any bulb that have any lens, you know. So this technology could be applied to a many large list of luminaires that we have in our portfolio. Right now, we started with 4 luminaires for this technology, but for sure, if we can see that this product is successful in market, we can just get a larger list of products with this technology. Next one, please. Okay, so the next slide, how this technology works? Well, uh, first of all, you need to light up your luminaire. So once you light up this luminaire, the germicidal technology will start working. I mean, the coating will start working when you light up the product. So any bacteria, any germs, any fungus that touch the surface of the product, the disinfection will start immediately. Okay, so this is not only a matter of disinfection, but you can also get air purification and also deodorization. So that's the right thing and the cool thing about this technology, because you don't only have disinfection. That is for sure the main thing that we are looking for this light shoe technology, but you can get three good points of deodorization, air purification, and also disinfection. Okay, so as I told you, the disinfection only happens when germs, fungus, any bacteria touch the surface of the coating. Okay, so that's the way that this is gonna work. Okay, and well, what is the good thing about this germicidal technology? Well, this is environmentally friendly. That is a really good thing, because you know sometimes because of the UV technology, you say, oh, this is not good for people, this is not good for pets, but this technology is not related to UV, so it is completely safe to use this kind of technology. You can light up the product and be under the light without any trouble. Okay, so you have also visible light spectrum. This is, well, harmless for human beings and animals, as I told you before. You have continuous disinfection when the product is on, so this is great, because if you are in the office, in a hospital, you are always with continuous disinfection. So this is good, really good to get. Well, Sylvania is a pioneer in this kind of technology, so we are really glad to present this kind of technology to you. And well, you always get also air purification, so that's one of the most important specification of this germicidal technology. Okay, so let's start with the products that we have for this light shoe technology. As I told you, we have developed 4 products, 4 main products for this kind of technology. But as I told you, if we are a success in market, we can just develop much more. So let's start with RT. Okay, here we have like one of the best sellers for us in our company is the RT56. You already know. This is also 5CCT selectable as our high performance kind of products. Okay, this is dimmable phase cut because of the voltage that is a single voltage, 120 volts. Okay, the CRI is high CRI for this kind of product also. You have here the screw base also and the lifetime with 50,000 hours. Okay, and for sure you can also get here the CEC compliance Title 20, Title 24, Energy Star also for this kind of product. So when you just apply this kind of germicidal technology to the RT, you don't have to reduce your certifications or something like that. So we can get the same certifications, but adding this germicidal technology to the surface to the product. Okay, in summary, what we have here, well, the 5CCT selectable, that is really good to reduce our stock in our warehouse, light shield technology, and CEC compliant for this RD56. Well, yes, the next one. Okay, the other product that is one of our best sellers is for sure the slim micro disc. So let's talk in details. Next one, please. Yeah. So, well, slim micro disc light shield. You already know this kind of product also. So, what we can see here is 6 inches for this kind of slim micro disc germicidal technology, 120 volts. It is also dimmable phase cut, the same as the ones that we have now. Voltage, it's also 120 volts. This is also 5CCT selectable. The same thing, we have like a good achievement here with the 5CCT selectable. So we decide to launch also this kind of products with 5CCT selectable. CRI 90 and 50,000 hours with the lifetime of this slim micro disc. Okay, and also you have here we are keeping the title 24. You know, it is just feasible to get title 20 and title 24 in the RT because we have the screw base there. But for this kind of hardwire connection, we can only get the title 24. But well, it is also CEC compliant to sell in California. And well, and it also had a light shooter technology for sure. Okay, so also 5CCT selectable, light shuttle technology, and CEC compliant. Okay, next one, flush mount light shield. Okay, next one, please. Okay, so here with this flush mount light shield, also another one that is one of our best sellers. You know, this is so required in the market for residential applications. So we just launched the size in 13 inches. Here we decide to get this CCT, single CCT, because of price terms, and also, you know, this kind of CCT is like the most common used in residential applications, and that's why we decide here to set just one CCT and not 5CCT selectable. Okay, CRI 90 lifetime 50,000 hours. Also, this is phase cut dimmable also because 120 volts, and this is dry rated. Okay, it is also a CEC compliant with Title 24 because of the way of installation. It is hardwire, and well, also with the light shield technology. Okay, so here we have 3500K, light shield technology, and CEC compliant. Well, the last but not least, the shop light shield. Okay, so you know this kind of products is also so requiring in market. So we decide also to apply here this germicidal technology. So we have the sizing 4 feet, 120 volts. This is the CCT also that we are most common use in market is 4000 K. So that's the reason that we also have here just one CCT. So for shop lights, it's more common to get single CCT. Okay. So this kind of product, it's important to know this is not dimmable. Okay. For the lifetime, we have 50,000 hours, CRI 80, and this is also linkable up to 80 units as the one that we already have in our portfolio. So for sure, we are just here adding this germicidal technology, and this is also CEC compliant with Title 20. Okay, so for fit, 4000K, light shield technology, and CEC compliant.
Okay, awesome. We do have 2 questions that came in through the chat. For the RT, is there a possibility that these will be 120, 277 volt?
Yeah, for sure. As I told you, we can just work in different specifications for this kind of products, but we can apply this kind of technology to any luminaire that have lens. So it doesn't matter. We can just make any voltage. The specification can be whatever we want. So the important thing is to get the market, to be sure that we have some volume to develop this kind of products. For the first shot, we just have single voltage products.
Okay, and then another one, I think kind of along the same lines of how you were just saying that for the micro disc, is there a potential for an 8-inch or a 10-inch CCT selectable micro disc?
Yes, well, yes, actually the same, right? We are starting with the most popular size and lumen output, let's say 6 inches with 800 lumen output. But for sure, if there's requirement, we can explore the possibility to launch in other sizes, in other lumen outputs, for sure.
Okay, and then one more. Does the disinfecting powder need to be reapplied after a period of time? It's it's the lens that has the coating and only the air that touches the lens, correct?
Correct. That's right. And well, actually, this kind of coating, it's really, really durable. So we can guarantee that in all the time that you are using this kind of luminaire, you don't need to reapply any coating. It's not necessary. This is really, really durable. So we can guarantee this. You don't need to reapply.
Um, okay. That looks like all of the questions that I see right now. So we'll move right along.
Great.
Thank you,
Thank
Pablo.
you.
All right, Ali, take it away.
Thank you, Nick. Good morning, everybody. So I'm just going to be kind of adding on to some of the portfolio opportunities for the light shield products that Pablo has already talked about. I'll be covering some of the general purpose and BR lamp options. Next slide, please. So the first group of products I will talk about are the Light Shield A19. So these A19s are going to contain all the same benefits that Pablo had touched on with deodorizing, disinfecting, and air purification. So we have 2 options here. We have a standard 10-year product, which is 11,000 hours, 60 watt equivalent, I should say, for both of these types. But tier 1 or entry level price point, 11,000 hour bulb, which is non-dimmable, and 80 CRI, available in 2700 and 5K. And then we've also added a California compliant Energy Star qualified 90 CRI A19 bulb. So you will be able to have a California option, a national option, an entry level price point option, and kind of a higher end, more color considering bulb. Next slide, please. And then we have the BR30. So this is going to follow the same approach as the A19s. You're going to have an entry-level price point option of a 11,000 hour 10-year bulb. And then you're going to also have a next level up in the light shield option, which is a 25,000 hour CEC compliant Energy Star bulb. Just like the A-line, we have this available in 2700K and 5000K, and it's a 650 lumen, 65 watt equivalent option. I should say for the BRs, unlike the A-lines, which the 10-year is non-dimmable, the BRs are dimmable for the 10-year option as well as the CEC high CRI option. Next slide, please. So just a summary of the benefits here. So I know Pablo touched on, but I just want to reiterate that this is the light shield technology, which is just an everyday germ fighting benefit, right? So everybody has lights in their house. Why not add that added benefit of, you know, the germ fighting, the deodorizing that we talked about. The other thing that, I guess, again, Pablo, I believe, touched on is these are not going to be UV. So they're going to be safe for you, your pets, your family. Next slide, please. And the other product that I'll be talking about today is a Contractor series CEC A19. So most of you are probably familiar with our standard Contractor series, which is 80 CRI, non-dimmable. But we wanted to give this offering for the California folks. So we're going to be introducing a Contractor series CEC A19. This is Title 20 compliant and has a 90 plus CRI bulb. So this will be 11,000 hours, available as a 60 watt equivalent in 2700 K and 5000 K. Next slide, please. So the summary of the benefits is with the 90 CRI, you're going to have a better quality light. It's going to be 11,000 hours, so long lasting, but 90 CRI and CEC compliant. So essentially you're getting that entry level price point Sylvania option for California now, which we did not have before. Next slide, please. And that's it for me. Thank you for your time, guys.
Yeah, and I don't see any questions that have come in. So the interest of time, actually there is one that just came in. So the light shield system is dependent on the air moving germs against the light source.
That's correct. So in a room, naturally, light, dust and particles and different things are moving. So there's air filtration naturally in a room. So through that natural filtration, the different particles will come in contact with the bulb and be disinfected. The more area that's covered, obviously, the more disinfection that you get. So if you have a panel versus an A19, you'll have a different disinfection rate. But if you have a, ceiling cans with RTs and you have A lines, the more you have, the better disinfection that you'll get.
Okay. It looks like all of the questions right now. I do want to just notify everyone that these slides will be sent out, as well as a webinar recording will be sent out sometime early next week. So don't worry if all of this information gets lost somewhere in the ether. You'll have it to look at sometime next week. Okay, so we'll move right along to Jody.
Yep. Good morning, everyone. I'm Jody Valenti. I'm going to talk to you today about our new addition to our substitute family of lamps. So this is a 10 watt compatible lamp. We have a 10 watt, but the difference with this product, it actually has a higher LPW at 145 for the system. So this product is specifically targeted for rebates that require 145 lumen per watt or higher. And that is specifically California, as you can see in the application. But the lamp can be used anywhere. It is a glass product, and there are 3 colors in the family, the 35, 4100, and the 5000 K, with 3500 being a special order. So if you're in need of that product, please let your rep know, and we can get some product for you. So also DLC 5.1 listed, and will be dimmable with compatible 0 to 10 volt dimming ballast. Next slide, Nick. Thank you. Again, it's the new addition, so similar wattage to a current portfolio, but higher LPW. So that is really the difference here. And it is targeting that rebate market. There's no PIPO, so there's nothing transitioning out for this product. So they're net new. The cut sheet is ready, and the ballast compatibility will be finished today, and inventory will be in stock this month. So as I mentioned, special order for 3500 K. So keep that in mind if that's a color that you would like. And that's it, unless there's questions.
I currently see no questions.
Okay,
so
great.
awesome.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll continue to move right along, and we'll bring it back to Pablo.
Thank you, Nick. Okay, the other launching that we're really glad to present you is also this brand new ultralight RT downlight dual selectable. So I'm going to explain you this kind of function that we have here for this product. As you know, we already have our portfolio with RT hardwire version. So we have lots of needs here for this kind of product. So what we are looking for right now is to reduce the complexity of this portfolio, reducing from, we can see that slide later, but almost 80 nates, just replacing by 10 nates, you know. So this is really, really cool to get this dual selectability in this kind of RT hardwire, because you can get like 10 products in just one product, you know. So this is for CCT selectable. Okay, so we have two kind of CCT selectables here. One is a UMB version, I mean the voltage, 120 to 277 volts. Okay, so the range here is from 3000K to 5000K. Okay, the other version is UNH version, so I mean 120 to 347 volts. Okay, so here the range is 2700K to 4000K. Okay, so we have these two ranges in the CCT selectability here. It depends on the voltage that you choose for this kind of RT dual selectable. Okay, the other thing is you have 3 lumen selectable here, going through 500 lumens, and the higher one that is in the RT10 it's 5000 lumen. Okay, so this is uh, our range of lumen output that we have here in this RT hardwire. Okay, this is for sure with high specification. I mean CRI 90. This is a spinning aluminum housing. Okay, this is like a lighter kind of aluminum that we have in this new design. Okay, this is lighter, but the heat sink it's so good for this kind of lighter aluminum. Okay, so you don't have any problem with the heat of the product. Okay, this is also wet rated. And we have different kind of sizes here. As you know, in the current line, we just have like 5, 6 inch and also 8 inch. Okay, so uh, for this new launch, we have 4 inch, 6 inch, 8 inch, and 10 inch. Okay, so this is good to know because sometimes we have like different kind of application of sizes in the ceiling. So it's important to get a complete portfolio of sizes with this kind of RTs. Okay, with this kind of downlight. Um, the efficacy is up to 91 lumen per watt, what is good to the efficacy that we need for professional applications. Okay, and another important thing here is that we have the options of the EMBB. Okay, we are going to look deeper into this specification. So Nick, we can just go to the other. Yes. Okay, so here we can see about the exploded view of the product. Okay, so you can see for sure this kind of product is always SMD LED. Okay, because of the kind of application that we have here, we are used to use always SMD LEDs. Okay, we can see the superior optical design. Okay, superior construction. This is like a deeper diffuser, deeper that like the one that we have right now. Okay, so this is deeper, so we can get better distribution of light, less glare to people that is, for example, working in the office and you don't want to light up this and just get someone like blink. Okay, you have also here like the robust clips, okay, for the installation, so you don't need to change anything. Okay, so you can avoid damage also to the ceiling. And well, the selectable switches, you are going to get 2 switches in the back of the product, in the part of the driver. Okay, the lumen selectability and also the CCT selectability. Okay, here is the emergency driver that we are going to use with this RT. Okay, so what is the good points about this EMBB? Okay, so this is easy to install. This is feel installable, but it's really, really good for us in the installation. It's much more easier. In the next slide, I will explain how this works. Okay, this is UL 924. Okay, and for sure here the lower cost for this driver comparing what we already have in our line, it's really, really good for the price that we could have. Okay, so about the voltage for this product, we have two kind of drivers here. You are going to see two different names for this driver. One of them is universal voltage going through 100 to 277 volts. Okay, the other one is 100 347 volts. Okay, and well, you can use with just one driver, you can use you can manage all the portfolio that we have for all the RTs. Okay, going through the lowest wattage, what is in the RT4, going to the highest wattage that it is in the RT10. So with the same driver, you can control all the whole portfolio of RTs that we have right now. Okay, the recharge time 24 hours and the discharge time is 90 minutes. Okay, what is really cool, and this is the like the regular specification for that we need for this kind of EMBB application. Next one, please. Okay, we also have another kind of accessories for this RT. Okay, first one, color trim rings. You know, we are used to use this kind of color trim rings for different application colors that we need in different places to applicate this kind of product. So we have the black, the bronze, and the satin nickel. Okay, and also the trim ring extenders. Okay, this is important because you know sometimes you have like the different lumen outputs, and you say, oh, I want like the, for example, the RT6 lumen output. It works, but I want it to fit in an RT 8 inches in a, yes, in the ceiling with 8 inches. Okay, so you say, okay, I can use just the trim extender and make this RT6 fit into the 8 inches ceiling. Okay, so we have all of this portfolio of trim extenders going through 6 to 8 inches, 8 to 10, 8 to 12 inches, and the new one 10 inches going to 12 inches. Okay, so we have that for needs for this kind of trim extenders. Okay, here's the thing about the EMBB. Okay, as I told you before, this is field installable. What it means? Field installable means that we don't need here like the J-box that we used to use before. You know, in the application, for example, with the current line that we have in the R3C version about the RT hardwire. So you know, you need like the junction box to install the product or the driver directly to the RT. Okay, what I mean is, for example, here you have in this new driver EMBB AC line. What it means, you don't need to install the driver directly to the top of the driver of the RT, because the other version that we had was DC. Okay, what it means, you need to connect the driver directly, disconnect the other driver, and connect directly this driver to the power source. I mean, directly to the LED. This is not the case. You can just connect the product directly to the driver, the EMBB driver, and the installation it's much more easier. This is because this is an AC line driver, okay, not DC line driver. So this installation it's much more easier, and that's what we mean with field installable. Okay, so the main difference is this is AC line. You can connect directly the product, the luminaire, with the driver, okay? And the DC line, that is the technology that we used before, you need to connect the driver directly to the light source in the RT, okay? So that was a harder application, that was harder to install it, and you know, it takes more time and it's more difficult to make that kind of installation. This kind of installation, it's much more easier, and for sure, we have all the connection diagrams in the box, so for sure, for the electricians are going to be really, really fast and easy to make this connection feel installable. Next one, please, Nick. Okay, so I just set here an image of the connection, you know. So this is nothing related to the last RT with the EMBB application that we used to have. This is much more easier. You can see the RT directly connected with the driver. So it's really, really easy, just with some wire nuts. For sure, in the real application, you need to just get this kind of wires inside a J-box just to avoid any electrical issue. But that's all. The connection, it's really, really simple. Okay, and well, in the other side, in the left side, you can see, well, the diagram of installation, easy to install, field installable, and UL 924. Okay, next one, please. Okay, so the matter about what we are phasing out, okay? We have here different generation of RT hardwire, as I told you. We have lots of needs here, 76 SKUs for this kind of RT hardwire that is our current portfolio that we have on hands, okay? So we are replacing all of these 76 SKUs just to one family that have 10 SKUs. So you can see the reduction is really, really, really great. Okay, so one thing that I want to comment here that maybe it's a concern for most of you is the R3C family. You know, is the current EMBB family that we have. We know that this category is selling pretty well. So this is the only, let's say, segmentation, the only family that we are not going to make the phase out so quick. So at this moment, we are just planning to make this phase out until April 2022. Okay, so we are going to keep both categories at the same time. I mean the new dual selectable, just to start presenting in some projects this new fill installable technology. Okay, but while you can just keep doing the projects that you had in the past with the R3C version. Okay, so this R3C version is going to be available until April at least. Okay, we will see how it works, how we run with this dual selectable family. Okay, and for the R3C version, we can just see if it's good to phase out or to not. We are going to decide that, but for sure, our idea and about the price and about the technology and about everything, dual selectable version is the best way or the best choose to do. Okay. Well, and in summary, we have the 4CCT selectable. Remember, we have two kind of 4CCT selectable. One for UMB, the other one is for UNH. Okay, 3 lumen selectable. You can see the split. I can share. Well, the sales team also can share the PIB for this. Okay, the specification sheet. So we can send that to you. Okay. Well, the UMB and the UNH specification and the EMBB ready, that it's really important for this product because this is available for all the RT portfolio, okay? All the RT portfolio is available to use this EMBB technology. And well, you can see all the nates here, and the inventory is going to be available in the last week of December 2021.
Okay, awesome. Due to the interest of time, we're just gonna take one question. Any other questions for this product, you can reach out to your professional advanced sales rep, and he or she should be able to help you with that. So we'll just take one question for you, Pablo. The emergency driver can only operate on one fixture at a time. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct. One fixture at a
Okay.
time.
All right, awesome. So like I said, we'll move right along for the interest of time.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
Pablo,
sorry.
you should be.
I will keep moving faster. Okay. So
Yep.
this is one the last launch that we want to present you. Okay, backlit dual selectable panels. Okay, here we have the new UNH version. Okay, so this was so requested in market. Okay, so main features for this, we have the CCT selectability. Okay, 3 colors in the same panel. Okay, this is also 3 lumen selectable. Okay, so the look what we have or what we want right now is to get less complexity in the portfolio management, and also for our customers it's important to get less needs in the portfolio, and make decisions easier to choose one product and say, oh, in one product I have everything and I don't need to make a big stock with different needs. So this is really great also for our customers. Okay, this kind of product is also high efficiency. Okay, 125 lumen per watts, where it's really good. And because of this high efficiency, we can get here also the DLC premium certification for this new panel UNH. Okay, so for sure, when you are talking about UNH, we are talking about the voltage 120 to 347 volts. Okay, this is also dimmable 0 to 10 volts. Okay, um, this is also this is the good thing. This is also field installable EMBB, so you can use with the same driver that I presented before with the RT. Okay, and we have different kinds of accessories to make the application. Okay, flash kit, suspended, surface mounted accessories. So you have everything here to make every installation that you want. Okay, and for sure, all the sizes available. Okay. So what we can see here, okay, also we can see the back of the product here. We can see the CCT select switch that we have in the left side, the lumen power select switch also located in the back. Okay, So with this new dual selectability, for sure, what we are looking for, minimize inventory, okay, and customization based on applications. Okay, about the exploded view. So you can see for the installation, for example, to make suspended application, you can see the safety bracket that you have in the back. So the application for suspended, it's really, really easy to do, okay? Superior optics. So we have here, for example, PMMA lens, okay? Plus PS frosted diffuser. So these kind of materials are really good to avoid yellowing over the time. You know that it's really, really common in market. Sometimes we are used to set this kind of products in some projects, and after 1 month, 2 months, oh, your diffuser is so yellow right now. So with this kind of materials, we are avoiding this kind of yellowing in the diffuser. Okay, the frame, it's made in aluminum. Okay, we have also SMD LEDs for this kind of panel. Also, we are so used to use this kind of SMD LEDs. Okay, we have a steel in the back for the heat sink, that it's important also to keep the rated life of the product, that is for in this case 50,000 hours. Okay, and the integrated junction box. Okay, you have 6 knockouts that provide more wiring flexibility to make the installation and do not have any problem. So this is just to make our lives easier in the installation. Okay, so the same thing you can see here. We had in the past, well, right now we have in our portfolio 42 SKUs for this kind of panels, because we have like the single CCT. So we have a lot of nades here and also single lumen output. So, you know, the complexity of the portfolio with this specification, it's uh, so big, you know. So well, with this new dual selectable panel, so we have like 6 SKUs going from 42 SKUs to just 6 SKUs. So this is great to make a really good management in our warehouse. Okay, um, so yes, that's the point here. Well, in summary, we have 3 different nades here, okay? We have all the sizes available, 1x4, 2x2, and 2x4, okay? Dual selectable, 3 CCT, okay? 3 different wattages or 3 different lumen outputs in each node, okay? The UNH voltage, 120 to 347 volts. And what another important specification is about the DLC premium listing for this high lumen output product. And I think that's all. Well, all of them, one of them we have available right now, and the other ones are just arriving, I think, the next week. So
Okay, awesome, Pablo, thank you. And it looks like Lihia and Anil are helping me with the chat and answering questions, so I greatly appreciate that. So we will continue to move forward. Thank you, Pablo.
thank you so much to everybody.
All right, and Eric, take it away.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. This is Eric Lockley, and I'm here to talk about a couple of new products that I'm very excited about launching. The first is this Strip 1B. So this is a dual selectable product, and it covers almost a complete product line with 3 different nade codes. So we have a 2-foot, a 4-foot, and an 8-foot. They are all dual selectable. The product is super easy to install. The lens and module, light module are 1 unit. So when you snap them off in a toolless fashion, the lens and the module come off together, which provides you access to mounting and to wiring. So as I said, these 3 nade codes cover basically 9 different products with respect to both the wattage and the CCTs. So you can see in the specification, the 2-foot is 10, 15, 20 watts. The 4-foot is 20, 30, 40, and the 8-foot is 40, 60, 80 watts. And all of those are 3,500, 4,000, and 5,000 CCT selectable, 0 to 10 volt dimming, and DLC standard listings. So if we go to the next page, I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail on some of those specifications. So as I did mention a couple seconds ago, the lens you can see here in the bottom picture, the lens module basically snaps away from the body, and it is tethered. It comes from the factory tethered. The lens is basically tethered to the back. It exposes the wiring, which makes it very, very simple to install. Go to the next slide. The back of the fixture you can see has multiple locations for installing surface mounting the product. At the same time, it also has knockouts along the entire back end of the product so that you can wire it, whatever, in any knockout that's most convenient. It also has end knockouts and an optional joiner bracket. So if you want to suspend the product and mount them end to end, the joiner bracket makes that basically seamless and a very solid connection. You can also see at the ends of each one of the both ends of the fixture have the knockouts pre-knocked out to accept the V hook for suspension mounting of the product. The next slide. As I said, they're both CCT and wattage selectable. So once that lens snaps off, clearly in the end of the product will be the CCT selection switches and the wattage selecting switch. So you can see here, this is the 4-foot product, which is 20, 30, 40 watts. And the CCTs are clearly labeled on the top. Next slide. So as far as the different options that are available with this, as I said, those 3 nades cover all of our product wattage and CCT needs. But we'll have separate nades for EMBB versions. So each one of those versions, I'm sorry, the 4-foot and the 8-foot are available with an EMBB. The 2-foot does not fit an EMBB, so that is not available with a backup battery. And they are also all available with a motion daylight sensor. That sensor will install in one of the end caps, one of the knockouts of the end caps, so it's external to the fixture. And the 4-foot and the 8-foot are also available with both the EMBB and the motion daylight sensor. Next. So here's the summary. As I said, 3 nade codes, 2-foot, 4-foot, and 8-foot. Both of them are dual selectable. The lens is polycarbonate and they are DLC listed. And all of these products are due in stock this month. Okay.
All right, we do have a question. Are the sensors field installable or installed at the factory?
So that's an easy question in general. The sensors that we have would be a nade code and would be installed on LSOD. However, the product, as I showed, has the end cap knockouts, so any sensor can be installed in the field. It's as you can tell, it's not a snap-in sensor. It would have to be wired, but it's quite simple to do. It's no different than any other product. They are 0 to 10 volt dimming, and that's typically how the sensor. Those would be the wires that the sensor uses. So we will have nade codes for the sensors to be installed in the factory, but these products can easily accept field installable sensors that the end user can install themselves.
Okay. Again, for the interest of time, we will move along. If you have any other questions, you can reach out to either directly to these product managers or reach out to your Leadvance sales professional.
Okay, now I'm going to move on to our brand new dual selectable extruded vapor tight. This is a brand new product family. It's sort of a new product category for us as well, in that we have currently a very successful vapor tight product line, but this product differs in that it's a one-piece extrusion. So you can see in the pictures that the lens and the body of the fixture are actually one unit. They're co-extruded, so the lens does not clip off with 8 to 12 snaps along the sides. The lens is not removable. This is dual selectable, like the product that we just went through. This is available in 2-foot, 4-foot, and 8-foot. The wattage selection on the 2-foot is 20, 25, and 30. The 4-foot actually has 2 wattage selections, a 30, 40, 50, and then a higher output at 50, 55, 66 watts. And those would be 2 different nade codes. And the 8-foot is 60, 80, 100 watts. All of those products are also the 3500, 4000, and 5000K selectable, and they are 0 to 10 volt dimming as well. One of the major differences between this extruded product and our current product, or traditional, if you will, vapor type products where the lens is removable, these products you cannot do through wiring. So the wiring can only be installed through the end. You can actually see there's a knockout in one end of the fixture that comes pre-knocked out, and that is where the wiring would take place. So it's only wiring through one end of the fixture. There are no knockouts along the back because there's no access there to do any wiring. So these are also, as I said, 0 to 10 volt dimming and DLC 5.1 listed. So we can go to the next. One of the beauties of the product is that it is just super easy to install. It comes standard with the stainless steel V-hooks and the stainless steel mounting clips. Those mounting clips will snap onto the back of the fixture anywhere along the length of the fixture on the insides of those mounting caps. So you don't have to measure carefully onto the mounting surface in order to be able to line up the mounting clip at the back of the fixture. Anywhere along the back of the fixture on either end, it can snap right in. And the same thing with the V-hooks. The V-hooks can be installed into that the mounting hook and then slid up and down the length of the fixture to line up with either the cable or the chains that are hanging from the ceiling. So very easy to install. No super close measuring required. Next. So as far as installation again on this, again, it's very, very simple. Each one of those end caps has 2 clips on either side. You unsnap them by hand, very, very simple. One end of the fixture, on the bottom of the fixture, it's actually labeled input wiring, and then the other end is the CCT and wattage selection switches, which we'll talk about in a couple seconds. But the wiring is very, very simple for both the line voltage and the 0 to 10 volt dimming in one end. It comes with that waterproof grommet, so you simply snap off the end cap, put the grommet in place, wire through the grommet, do the wiring, and then the lens basically just snaps right back onto that end cap, snaps right back on. Very simple, very fast installation. But as I said before, that's the only way to wire it. You can't run wiring end to end through this and poke it out the other end for continuous row mounting. It just doesn't, the design of the product doesn't lend itself to through wiring or for wires to enter any other part of the fixture. Next. So the other end of the fixture, the end cap snaps off the exact same way. What it's labeled on the bottom that this is the CCT and wattage selection area. The end cap on this end does not have a knockout that's pre-knocked out in it. So it's fully sealed. You unsnap it, you make your wattage selection and your CCT selection, and you snap the fixture or the end cap back on, and you're done. Very, very simple to access. And you can see in the outline of that fixture, sort of the hat shape, it is, there's a very robust gasket in there so that when you snap that end cap back on, you make your IP65 seal. Okay. And like the last product we talked about, there are EMBB and daylight sensor options available for this. The EMBB is internal to the fixture, and again, it's only the 4-foot and the 8-foot that fit the EMBB. And the motion daylight sensor is also installed, but it is external to the fixture. And unlike the prior, the strip 1B that we just talked about, you cannot field install these. This has to be done in LSOD. And the reason that the sensor has to be installed in LSOD is, again, this is a completely sealed unit, and there's specialized steps that need to be taken in our LSOD factory in order to be able to install that sensor. So this would not be field installable. It is a NAID code. It's available on the 2-foot, 4-foot, and 8-foot, and it's also available on the 4-foot and 8-foot combined with the EMBB. Okay, and here's the summary once again: 2-foot, 4-foot, and 8-foot. The 4-foot has 2 configurations: a 30 to 50 watt and a 50 to 66 watt variety, and the 8-foot goes up to 100 watts. So these 3 or 4 nade codes cover basically 20 watts all the way up to 100 watts. Very, very, very simple to install, and it's just a really good looking, robust product. And I think that's the end of my show.
It is, and I don't see any questions in right now, so we'll move right along. Thank you, Eric.
Excellent.
Okay, so we'll hand this off to Natalia.
Hello, so this is the new value-led area light, and so we're going to go to the next slide. So it's a pretty sturdy product, but it's the value version compared to the other area lights that we already offer. It's offered in only 2 wattages and 2 distribution types, and it doesn't have any sensor versions, and you can't swap lenses like you can with the other products. It's got an IP65 rating, and an important selling feature of this is that each luminaire ships with a universal mounting bracket, and so that allows you to mount on round and square poles and for tenon mounting too. It'll be DLC premium listed for DLC 5.1, and it's only going to be offered in 120 to 277 volt and only in 4,000 and 5,000 Kelvin also. Next slide. So this is what you'll receive, and those of you who have seen samples, this is what you got. So the mounting bracket is in the same box as the luminaire, and you can kind of see below how it mounts together. So that'll save you a step in getting an accessory for mounting on a square or round pole. Next slide. And so this is a good slide to show you about the differences between the area lights that are currently offered by Ledvance. So you can see that the Ultra LED version has a lot of bells and whistles. You can change the lens types on a lot of the 2 previous versions, and you've got different voltage ranges too. And it's also offered in different kelvins depending on which one you're choosing. The important thing to note about the new one is that it's the only one to come with the universal mounting bracket shipping with it. So next slide, please. So here we're going to change gears and talk about an HIDR product. So this is a new Ultra LED high lumen filament lamp. It's got a traditional ED28 shape, which makes it a little more attractive than some of the corncob bulbs or some of the other bollard retrofits that you can see in the market. It's got a high CRI and a surge suppressor with it too, and it is dimmable also. Because it's got 4,000 lumens, it's not subject to any California legislation, so that's a good thing. Next slide. So I know that a lot of people in the industry are concerned about LED replacements for traditional technologies, especially for this kind of application. So you can see here some of the differences in length for the different SKUs that are on the market. So this one is bigger than the traditional product that it replaces, but it's still smaller or around the same size as most other LED replacements on the market. Next slide. And then here's a little more where you can see about how the lumen levels change over time for some of these. For some of the, on the left, you see the traditional nades that are offered by SYLVANIA. And then at the bottom, you see the 2 LED versions that you could also offer in place. So these are just things to keep in mind. It's got, the initial lumens will always be higher with the traditional product, but it'll depreciate at a greater rate. There aren't designated operating positions for the LED retrofits, and no matter which way you operate, that won't impact the bulb. And these are also probably not subject to a lot of the energy legislation requirements as some of the traditional technologies. And I think, is that the, oh, yep. So here are some of the key talking points about this bulb. It's got a medium base, which means that it's easy to install. It's enclosed and open fixture rated. The maximum overall length is in line with other LED solutions, and there's not the same lumen depreciation as traditional technology.
Okay,
And
awesome.
thanks
We
so
do have a
much.
question. We do have a
Oh,
question. How does the high lumen lamp dim?
I can send you a list of dimmers that it's been tested against, if that would help you. But I think there's 4 or 5 that we know it works with.
Okay, awesome. Looks like the only question. So thank you, Natalia. And we'll move on to last but not least, Anna.
Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about the brand new CCT selectable lamps that we have in the portfolio. We are launching these. These are brand new to us. These are going to be starting off in the BR30 and the PAR 38 shape, so they'll be the plastic finish. The 3 CCT settings will be the 2700K, the 3000K, and 5000K, and the way that you would control, modifying the different color temperatures is through a toggle located on the lamp. And you would just manually switch it back and forth as needed between the 3 different color temperatures. The other great thing about this is it will be Energy Star listed for both products. The BR30 will be damp rated and the PAR 38 will be wet rated. Both will have 15,000 hour lifetime and a 3-year warranty operating on a 120 volt voltage. The BR30 will be a 65 watt replacement coming in at 8 watts, and then the PAR 38 will come in at 15 watts with 1100 lumens. And we're expecting these to come in around early December. We do have some marketing material already created for these products as well.
Okay, awesome. I don't see any questions, and I think that this is just about the 12 o'clock mark, so I think we almost made it. So thanks everybody for presenting, and thanks everybody for joining today. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the week.